Let me grill him further. Let me grill down. Hard coding everything in HTML. How this is going to scale? Let me grill him. Do you see any performance issue with the solution that you have in hand? Problem. Can we optimize this? Okay, lag gayi. Optimize further. Dude, I have done all the code is still optimization. Can we add some better logic in order to get this better winning condition? Hello everyone. Today we are going to basically take a mock interview of Chirag Goel. So in this episode we are going to talk about our interesting vanilla JavaScript problem statement. So we will be taking from the starting. I am going to grill Chirag Goel like anything. I am going to ask some weird problem statement and I am going to ensure that he gets screwed up in the interview. I will try my best. So keep watching this episode till the end. So many interesting things are between. In between, I will also try to explain some of the concepts, some of the gems which are hidden in between. So let's get started. Let's grill Chirag Goel. Okay. Hey Chirag. Okay. So today I'm going to take your interview on machine coding round. So before we jump into the problem statement, why don't you go and introduce yourself? Okay, sure. Let me introduce myself. So I am Chirag Goel. I have around 2 years of experience working in IT company, and my current company is Tarararampam. So it provides services from Mumbai to Goa. So yeah, that's all. So today let's take a problem statement where you are going to build a Tic Tac Toe game. I hope you understand what is a Tic Tac Toe game, where two player basically can play. You have some grid row column where you can play on an alternate fashion. So have you played? I hope you played Tic Tac Toe in your childhood, or you have basically used Tic Tac Toe like on online player. Okay, you have to build this. So go ahead with the approach. What you have. Sure. If I understood your problem statement correctly, then we have to build a tic-tac-toe game, which is like two-player game, right? Where you have some rows and column where two-player can work. Like I remember this doing in childhood, like cross and zero kind of thing. Okay, so you want me to build that particular game. Okay, let's quickly see if we are aligned on that, and maybe after that I will start coding. So what we are saying, we have a row and column kind of combination where we have some board and where two players can basically play. So when I say two players can basically play, so it can be one player plays like X kind of thing and other player probably plays like O kind of thing. And ultimately what we want, playing in such fashion, we want some row or column to be completed in a single line. Like this is a winning condition probably, or the other could be if 0 0 0 O is completed, this is a winning condition. Okay, I got this. Okay, are we also looking for diagonals in this case? Like if this as a matter of fact, if this get completed and this is a diagonal basically we are looking for, maybe this diagonal. Okay, so are we looking for this also, this and the other one? Okay, I got the problem statement. So basically what we are saying, let me quickly try to phrase certain things and maybe we can talk about. So we are saying this is tic-tac-toe game. This is two-player game if I'm correct, right? Let me note down the other thing. This is two-player game, and what we have. Okay, so maybe this is 3x3 grid basically. Is it okay if I get started with this? Okay, so this is 3x3 grid, and then probably I will say there is a winning condition that we need. Like when we played who's the winner, we have to tell the winner basically. So I can say winning condition, or we have to find out who's the winner when we are playing. I hope this is good enough. Okay, so do you want me to use any specific library or framework basically in order to build this? Yeah, I'm completely okay. Like you can go in any of the framework which you prefer, but I will love to see the code in vanilla JavaScript, because like, yeah, if you know vanilla JavaScript, you are good to go. In my company where we will be using AngularJS. So if you have the fundamental concepts, good, I'm okay basically with that. Go ahead. Okay, okay. Let me do in vanilla JavaScript in that case. Oh, fair enough. Okay, that works. So can I use online tool, or can I use basically my local VS Code in order to develop this? You can use online. You want to go with the local, like your VS Code. I'm good. Let's go with your local VS Code. Okay, fair enough. I will use my local VS Code. I'm more comfortable on that. Let me use that. One last thing before we get started. How much time basically I have in order to complete this code? Uh, okay, so this problem statement will go around, like, you can take 40-45 minutes, so that at the last probably will take some invest some time in order to go through your code. So yeah, I'm completely okay. You go with the, like, you carry on. We'll see. 40-45 minutes are good enough. Okay, roughly 40-45 minutes. Okay, I will try to take care of that. Okay, let me get started with the code. So okay, so I will create, first of all, I will create a index.html file. Okay, so index.html file where I will create a small boilerplate. We'll see. So what I'm going to do is this page. Then what we have a tic tac toe. So we'll create a div called class maybe tic tac toe, and inside this tic tac toe basically there are certain rows and column. So let me create some row and let me create some column. So there are 1 2 3 rows and then we have some columns. So let me first I will going to create the skeleton, and then I'm going to write some logic on top of it. Okay, so then we have something called some shell, I can say. There are multiple shells inside this. So let me create 3 cell out of that. So 1 2 3, and over here also let me create few cells. Okay, fair enough. Now we will add some styles to it. So I know, like, creating a styles in the separate file probably a better approach, but for the sake of interview I'm keeping this style in the same place. Okay, so we have something called tic tac toe. Inside that we have row and column. Let me give some properties to it so that it looks bit good. So I will say this is tic tac toe. Then we have inside tic tac toe, we have tic tac toe row, and we have tic tac toe cell. So let me give some properties to that. Maybe I will say my width is 30 cross 30. So width and height is basically 30 cross 30 cell we are going to create. We'll give some border, maybe 1 pixel solid has CCC, or maybe make a black border over here. Okay, so in this case, let's see how this looks like. Probably I know there are certain things has to be worked upon. So I will just open this. Okay, I'm going to use the live server in order to do this. Okay, so I'm going to simply open this in 5.5 localhost 5505. Okay, so we have this cell. Okay, so this came all in the vertical direction. Let's make our display flex to this guy. Okay, so now we have this like 3 cross 3 grid which we have at a high level. Okay, so what we will do, we have to implement some logic over here. Okay, this seems to be a easy problem that I got, right? So this is a easy peasy. I have implemented this problem statement earlier. This will be easy to implement. Let's see how I do it. Okay, so let me take care of. Okay, this is tic tac toe. Now there are certain functionalities that are needed. Okay, so what are the things that we needed? We need certain functionalities, like we need to add a event handler to all of these. We need some render method. We need some event handler. Okay, so we need all of these. Okay, so we are going to implement that. So let me think about what can be done. Okay, yeah. Hard coding the data. No worries. Let me grill him further. Let me grill down. Hard coding everything in HTML. How this is going to scale? Let me grill him. Okay. Hey Chirag. So the code which you have written right now is hard coded, right? This is not going to scale. So what if I have like n cross n grid, like 9 cross 9? I have like 18 cross 18. How this logic is basically going to grow? You can't just keep on like adding all of these. Do you see any problem? Do you see any solution for this? Go ahead, try it out. Okay, if there are 6 by 6 grid, Okay. So basically, you don't want to, you don't want me to hard code this? Is that the scenario? I get it. I get it. I get it. Okay, let me try to create this dynamically using JavaScript in that case. I think JavaScript is a right way when we have this. We don't know how many cells are going to be. Maybe it is 6 by 6, then 9 by 9. Okay, I got your problem statement. Let me do that. So I'm going to use JavaScript in this particular case. Made the problem statement complex. Okay. What we are going to do, we are going to create this everything dynamically. So in this case, what we need inside Tic Tac Toe, we need to create rows and we need to create respective shells. Okay. So let's do something. So we will say the grid size maybe. So we'll say grid size, maybe it is 6 by, first we will create 3 by 3 and then from there we will create 6 by 6. So what we need, I will create a reference to this guy. So the reference basically in this case is Tic Tac Toe. So let me get the reference from in which we will be creating. So it's a board reference. So we will say document dot query selector, and over here I'm going to give the reference of Tic Tac Toe. Now what we need to do, we need to create the board. So maybe we'll write some logic like certain things that we will first is create board. So I will create this method. Then when we are creating this board, we need some listeners to be added. So in that, okay, let's do that. So I'm going to create a function which is called function create board. So inside this board, we will be having two things. First, we have to create a row, and inside that row, we have to create shells. Okay, not bad. So how do we create a row? How do we create a row? Okay, there is some method. Is it okay if I do some inspect element over here and try to check some API, if you don't mind? Okay, thank you for that. So what we have something called document dot, there was some create method, create event. Oh, this was the create element. I think this is a method to create it. Thank you for helping that out. Okay, so what we are going to do, we are going to create row. So we are going to say row ref. So we will create document dot create element, and inside this element we are going to say we have a div. Now this div has a class name as in row. Let me create that. So row ref dot class name is equal to row. I think this will create a row. Now we need to create a shell. How many shell? 3 shell. So maybe we'll create a for loop. So we'll write maybe let start from I is equal to 0 and go to I is less than grid size in our case, and then we will write I plus plus. In this we need to create three shell. Okay, I will copy this. I will say this is my shell ref. Okay, in this we will write something called shell ref. Now we have this name as in shell, so we are creating this shell. Now what need to be done, every shell that we are creating, we need to append this cell to this row, so that individual cell which are created should become part of this row. Okay, I get it. So we can simply say row ref dot append child, and we will append this the shell ref. Okay, so this will create our single row, and this will create append the respective shells to that. Okay, now this row has to be added to our body also. Okay, yes, I remember. Okay, in that case what we will do, we will get a body ref. So we can say document dot query selector, and we will have a selector for our body, and we will say dot append child, and we will append our not to, we don't have to add to the body, we have to add to our Tic Tac Toe. Okay, so we'll get the reference of Tic Tac Toe where we need to add this. So Tic Tac Toe dot append, and what we need to append, the row which we have created. Okay, I get it. Okay, is it good enough? Okay, okay, so we are creating this. Am I missing something? Let's run this code and see what we get. So let's run this. I will remove all the data that we have created, will delete it, and now here the dynamic code will come. Okay, dynamic code will come over here. Oh, only one row got created. Why? What we did? Did we miss something? Oh, I get it. So we are creating only one row and 3 shells inside this. We need to create 3 by 3. It means I need to add one more loop outside this. Okay, I get it. So I will move all of these code inside and will create a wrapper, which is going to say you have a J, and it for going from a grid size, it will iterate through it, and it will iterate how many times? 3 times. Okay, let's see. Save it. Okay, now we got finally, yes. Finally we got our grid created dynamically. Let me try to change it to 6 by 6. Oh, perfect. Is this good enough? Okay, thank you. Okay, finally, yes, our grid actually got printed 6 by 6. Okay, so what you want me to do, you want me to add listeners to this. So next thing which we need is add event listener. Okay, so we have listener now. We have to add it. Where shall I add a listener to this? Uh, uh, okay, sure. Let me add the event listener to this. Okay, so okay, we have this shell, and clicking on individual shell should take some activity. Okay, this shell, I think over here we need to add a listener. Okay, let me do that. Dot add event listener, and we need a click event listener. We need a function, and we have e over here. And let's first check if we are able to get what we basically do. E dot target, maybe. I think that's the thing. Okay, let's see if we are able to target the right thing. So let me click it. Okay, we got the shell. Let me click it. We got the shell. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Yes. So we got the shell at this particular place. Now next thing, we need a player logic. Okay, sure. Let me add a listener where we can add a cross and O kind of thing. Okay, let me do that. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to add a player maybe. So cons, maybe say let current player, and this player is going to be maybe X, and there should be logic to change player. So what it will do, it will change the current player depending on, so it will check if my current player is equal to maybe X, then may return O, else return X. Okay, I think this will change my current player. Okay, so this logic is perfectly fine. So what I need to do, I need to get the current player, and using that current player, I will add this into the inner text. I think that should work. Let's see. So what I'm going to do, e dot target dot inner text of this particular shell is equal to my current player, whichever is the value of my current player. I think that should be good enough. Okay, let's see if this works. And once I have added it, so let's see what happened. When I click on this, oh, it got added perfectly fine. But the problem is on alternate, I need to change the player. Okay, so I think this function that we created is more than enough. So let me copy this and change this. Okay, let me change this. Let's see if this works. So if we click on this X, this 0, X 0, X 0, perfectly fine. Yes, I'm able to add this. Is this good enough? Is this good enough? Okay, I will fix the CSS for this also, basically, which is I will say display flex, and maybe I will add justify content center and align item center to make things in the center. Okay, let's see if I press OK. Okay, this looks good. I have a dynamic board which is created. Okay, and I am able to mark X and O. I think this is good enough. I see what you have done over here. It's okay, but do you see any performance issue with the problem, the solution that you have in hand? So do you see anything where the way you have added this listener, do you see any challenges, any glitch that you can think of? Just think about that. Okay, problem. Let me think what could be the problem over here. Problem. Seriously, I've done so good asking for a problem. Okay. Problem. Okay. I get one problem over here. Regarding listeners. Okay, I get the problem over here. The problem in this case is, I get it, what you meant by. So basically what you are saying in this particular case, let me expand this. So when I go into the cell, so you are saying the listeners that I have, so I have a click listener which is for this. Oh, I got it. So basically you're saying each one of them are having their own listener. So it means 6 into 6. Okay, I got it. 6 into 6, 36 listeners we have added. Oh, my bad. I got your point. Sir. So let me try to fix this. So let me try to fix this. Okay. Okay, let me do that. If you don't mind, can I have water, please? Thank you. Yeah, good. So yeah, so can you think about adding a event bubbling kind of thing over here, so that the performance glitch that is added over here can be reduced? Just think to add it. Just think to add it. Okay. I remember some concept of event bubbling. When I click on this, instead of adding a listener, I can add a listener to the top. Is this what you are expecting? Mm. Okay. How I was doing that? Oh, I got it. I got it. I remember. I remember. So basically, what I will do, we have this tic tac toe listener. So I will do one thing. Sir, I got your point. So maybe I'm going to say function add listener. Okay. And inside this, we have a board reference, and this is the board reference. And I will add a event listener at the board reference instead of adding at individual. Okay, okay, I get your point. Event listener, click, add a function, and inside this function, we will get this event listener. And if I'm correct, we will get some information from this event listener. Let me see, e dot target dot what was that node name. I think something we get from the listener to get to know what happened over there. Okay, let me see if that's correct. So I will remove this listener for now. We don't need this listener. Okay, so we'll get rid of this listener logic. We'll add this logic. We don't need all of these, so we'll comment it out. So okay, so what we are going to do, let's see if that works. I click on this, nothing is happening. Okay, I did not call this function. I get it. So I will create call this function also. Okay, after creating the board, we'll add listeners. Let's see. Okay, so when I click on this, oh, I'm able to get, if I clicked on a div. Okay, so I got it. So basically what I can do is, using this logic, I could add something called, if my e dot target so the same thing, basically, if this is equal to div, then I need to check another logic, which is, if basically will check if my target has a class which is called shell. Okay, I got it. Class list dot will check if it has a, if I'm clicking on shell board or I'm clicking some outside. For that, I can identify using something called, if I'm clicking on class shell. Okay, I got it. So it was include or class list include or contains. If you don't mind, can I Google this? I actually I'm missing this. If it was class list dot contains or class list dot sure, thank you for that. Let me do that. Dot contains. I think that was class list property, class list, what we have on class list. Oh, it has contains. Thank you for that. Okay, let me use that. It has something called contains, and we are looking for shell. Let's see if someone have clicked on shell or not. Let me do console.log. Yes, if it is clicked on shell or not. Okay, so we click on this, yes, we are clicking on shell. If we click anywhere outside, nothing will happen. We are clicking on shell, perfectly fine. Now whatever logic we were doing over here, we can do similar kind of logic over here. Okay, well, I get it. So in this case, we will add the inner text, and we will basically add the change player logic. Okay, I get it. I think that should work. Let's see if this works. So click on this, click on 0, click on this 0, alternate things are working perfectly fine. Does that work?
So far, the listener that you added, I really like it. But can you write a logic for your winning condition? Like how you will get to know who's the winner, right? Because there are some logic that has to be written. Can you write that logic, all the conditions which are required in order to like calculate this winner? Mm-hmm. Please go ahead.
Okay, thank you. Uh, okay, so we have this logic we can clear up. We don't need any code over here. Okay, yes, I get that. So initial one was having the problem in terms of n number of listener. Now this will have only one listener, which will improve the overall performance of this. Okay, so now what is left? We need to identify the winning condition. Let me do. So we need to identify winning. We need to identify winner, get winner kind of, maybe get winner. So okay, this is get winner. Let me do that. So we need a function where we will be calling the winner, get winner. So every time we check if there is a winner. Okay, so how we can do that? Let me think once. So we need a winner every time someone is doing it. So basically we are saying either this is a winner, this is a winner, or someone who is in the diagonal condition, which is pure diagonal in this case. Is that the case? Okay, so it means uh, every row basically we are iterating through. So there are 3 rows and 3 column. In this case 6 by 6. We will iterate through each one of row, and we'll try to figure out each row. Basically we'll try to figure out this particular scenario. Okay, I get it. So every time we keep on iterating, we need n cross n kind of thing, and we will get the data over here. And if all of them are same, then we are good. And in this case, if everything is good, then it's kinda interesting. Okay, so is it okay if I write a logic? So what I'm thinking basically over here, I'm thinking I will iterate through all the elements which are here, and I will get the value. Like I will get the value in terms of inner text, inner text, inner text. I will get the all the inner text over here. Similarly, I will get all the inner text here, and then I will keep on comparing all the rows with all the elements. So say suppose for this I will compare all the element, for this I will compare all the element, all the element, all the element, and similarly in the row wise also I will compare all the elements for a particular row, and I will check if all the elements in a particular row or column or a diagonal are basically same. Is my logic okay? Shall I go and implement that?
Don't you think the logic that you are thinking about, which is reading from the DOM, is a heavy operation? Because in this case, you are going to iterate through it dynamically, and then you are going to say, get me the DOM data, get me the DOM data. Do you see complexity over here? Do you see challenges, problem over here? Think about a better solution. Think about if you can put something in memory, maybe.
So basically you are saying writing this logic of, if I simply go and extract all the rows, which is get row 1 shells, which is document dot query selector all, and get all cells. So this will give me a list if I'm correct, right? So I will get row 1. Similarly I can write a for loop also. But you are saying getting this logic is costly. Okay, so basically this will give 36 item. Okay, maybe my bad. So I will say row 0th, or probably I will say nth child, and what I'm looking for, the row first child, like this. Okay, so what I'm doing wrong, okay, this nth child, uh, row nth child, get query selector nth child, give me inside row. Okay, okay, I get your point. I get your point. So inside row give me cell. If I iterate through them, I'm going to access using inner HTML, which is costly. Okay, let me do one thing. I got an idea. What if I maintain a 2D array? So I can maintain a 2D array which is called maybe a game, and this game basically contains all the information like this. I got the idea. I got an idea. So basically what we are saying, if it maintains things like x comma 0 comma, maybe this is the value like x, and similarly we have more rows like this. Okay, do you want me to store information like this? Oh, I get it. So I can do this. I can do this. So this will actually optimize the case where we don't have to access the data from the DOM, and we can directly play on this item. Okay, I get it. Let me make those changes. So basically whenever we are playing game, so we are playing game, we are putting into the inner text. Along with that, we have to also ensure put the data, update game data. Okay, I get your point. And inside this, what we have to update with, we have add event listener. We need to get to know which row and column we are in. Okay, we need to get to know which row and column basically IDs we need to get, because right now I don't know where did you click. How do I get to know where did I click? I clicked on uh, this cell. How do I get to know what is the row and column? Because in order to update the data inside the 2D grid, I need row and column. Okay, maybe in that case, let's do one thing. So this is update game. We'll create a function over here. So there is a function that needed, which need to tell the row and index, rows and column, and I need the value that need to be updated. Okay, along with that, what need to be done is something. Okay, I got the in cell. What if I add some attributes like shell ref dot maybe add attribute, and attribute that I want is data hyphen row, and the value which we want the row is in this case is j. Okay, I get it. And similarly, I can add something called data hyphen shell. Okay, and this is I in our case. Okay, let's see if we have this. Okay, what happened? This broke. What is the error? Okay, what's the problem? Okay, ref is not a function. Add attributes. Is it add attributes? I don't remember the method. Let's see. Add attributes is also not a function. Okay, let me. What is the function name? Get attributes. I think it is set attribute. Is it set attribute? I think so. Sorry for that. Let me try. Set attribute. Okay, I think that's a set attribute. Let's see what is the value that we will get. Okay, we have data row and shell that we added over here. Okay, let me extract this value. I get it. So it's a row id is equal to row id is equal to, I can write e.target dot data set dot row id. I think this is how I can get it. Let me try. It's a row, I think. Data set, what is that? Data set row. I think row is enough. And this is cell. Is it cell? Okay, that's a cell. So I will get the shell id. Let me see that. And I will pass the row id, then shell id, then value. Let me pass this. Okay. So we will get all of these values. Let me see if we have the right value in console.log. Okay, let me see. I hope that works. Okay, we'll get rid of this logic. We don't need it. Let's see. So when I click on anything, value is not defined. This value is our inner text is equal to current player. My bad. It's a current player is my value. So let's do it. I click on this. Okay, perfect. So for 0, 0, 0, oh, yes. We are able to get it. What I need to do simply inside this, I have to add a logic. Basically, what I'm going to say in my game, to my row, to my column, just add a value. I will add some basic check. So what are those check? In case my row does not exist. If my game row does not exist, I will create a row. Okay, I will create a row and then will perform this activity. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to first create this empty row like this, and then we'll perform the activity. Okay. So we have row. On that particular row, we are going to, on that particular column, we are going to add a value. Okay. So if this does not exist, please create a row first. Inside that, we will create the entry. Okay. So okay. Let's see if this works. So I will just print the console.log. We will print the game over here, and let's see if that works. So 0, 0, what it created at 0th index we have a x. Let me create another one. So it created at 0. This is also okay. Let me create this. So it created 2 cross 2 and it has 0 and this value, perfectly fine. And if I click on this, it has now 3 by 3. This grid is okay, perfectly fine. So I got the logic basically. So basically we are able to print the final 2 by 2 grid. Okay. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to add a logic to winning condition. So in winning condition, I'm going to add a small logic. I will simply go and compare. I will check the winner. I will check winner by adding a loop. So one loop basically I will add for my game, and I will iterate through my game, or you can say the board which I have. I will iterate through this and I will check if everyone in that particular line is a winner or not. Okay, I get it. So basically simply I need a function which is used to check a line. Check line, and this line you give me an array. So basically I'm going to check if everyone inside this array dot everyone in this array is same or not. So everyone in array is same or not. So I will get some data. So what I need to do, I need to check. Okay, so I need to check if the value at 0th index is equal to value. If I will get the data, so I need to basically, when I'm iterating this, every shell I need to compare that shell with the line of 0. Okay, my bad, with the array of 0. If the array of 0, I will compare the data. If this is correct, then we are good. If every value is basically one more condition I remember. So basically what we are saying, the other condition is your data should not be undefined, because what we want, if it is undefined, it means it does not have value, and all the 000 like empty value should not give the current. Okay, I get it. So basically we will make this change and we will write a check winner. So what we are going to do, we are going to add, let me add for a particular row. So we'll say check row values. And how do I check row values? I will add a like for loop which will start from I is equal to 0, and basically it will iterate through all the values inside my, I will keep on giving this value as an one array inside this. I will give another this as an value, this as an another value. Okay, I get it. So basically I need to do my I is less than game dot length and simply do I plus plus. Okay, and what we need to call, basically we need to call, if we have to simply check line, and check this line with my game of I value. So I will just pass this entire value, and I will simply check if basically it is true. Okay, if basically this is true, perfectly fine. So this will give me for my all the row, like for this condition, I will get it. For column, check for column, what we need to do, I can do similar kind of job. I will say return true in this case. This is, we got a winner. And on the other hand, okay, on the other hand, we are going to check for our row, which means this value, this game has to be computed differently. How do I compute this? How do I get all of these values? This value, then this value, then this value. How do I get it? Okay, so if I say every row's first item, every row's ith item is something which we need. If I on 0th index, then row's 0th like 0 1 1 1 1, that is we need to get. Okay, I will get shells or column. So basically we will get vertical shells, which is column. So we will get our columns, basically column values. Okay, I get it. Column values. How can I get it? Basically I will iterate through my game. And I will create a map of it. So I will literally create a map, and this map, what it will contain, it will when I iterate, I will have row, I will return the ith position inside that. Okay, I get it. If it is I for the first time, I will get 0 1 2 oh, this is good. So we will get it, and from column values we will check either it is having all the items in a particular column are true and not. Is this correct? Okay, I get it. Okay, we are almost short on time. I will try to be quick. Okay, so I will try to be quick. So we got for column also, we need to check for diagonal. So in diagonal, basically, if I have to say, diagonal is this, so this is what we need. So check for diagonal, and in this case what we can write, maybe a same loop kind of thing, some logic will change. Let's see what logic is going to change. So we'll get diagonal value. So we'll get diagonal values. So how do I get diagonal values? So diagonal values is like, on the diagonal values, this is 0, this is 1 comma 1, this is 2 comma 2, this is 3 comma 3, this is 4 comma 4, and this is 5 comma 5. It means whenever my I is increasing, my row number is increasing, the number of the data on the other side, I have to take the same data. Oh, okay, I get it. So I have to take the same data. So on every I, if I take the same set of data, then we will get the data over here. Okay, I get it. So the number of iteration, the number of value. Okay, so in this case we will see this is row and this is my index. So I will take that index over here, we will get the diagonal. I think that's the case. So I will also check for diagonal values. Let me print my console.log. We will, right now we don't have any value, but this is how we will get the diagonal. So we need another reverse diagonal. So how do I get my reverse diagonal? Let me try to get my reverse diagonal. So which is reverse diagonal. So reverse, how do I get reverse diagonal? So maybe something we will check for reverse diagonal. The condition for my reverse diagonal is it is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this is 5, comma, this is 0, comma 5, 0, comma 5. This one is 0, 1, 2, 3. So it is 1, comma 4. Okay. And the other one is this is 2, comma 3. So ultimately the as we are going down, I row number is 0, 1, 2, which is correct, but my on the other side my column number is length minus 1. Is that the case? My length minus 1, it is 6 by 6, so it is fifth, length minus 1. Is that the case? I think that's the case. Let me take that. So basically what I'm saying is the same logic where my my row, basically what I need to get is the index which I need to target is simply okay, I can say board, which is my game minus I, which is at 0th index, it will be 6 minus 0 minus 1. I think this will give us, okay, this will give us the reverse diagonal. Perfectly fine. Yep. So I'm done with my get winner logic, where I will get for row, column, diagonals. This is done. Okay. Yes. What do you want me to do? Okay, so I can optimize, like I have multiple n loop over here. I can cut this logic and paste in one. So we will have like we will have one loop there and another loop which is for every. So it's n square complexity in this case. Okay.
Okay, this solutions, the solution that you came with is looks good, right? But do you see what is the complexity over here? Like, what's the complexity that we have? Can we try to reduce the complexity? So I like the winning condition that you are talking about, right? I like the DOM thing that you have added. Can we add some better logic in order to get this better winning condition? Like the winning condition, the complexity that we have is difficult, right? It's way more n square. Like,
Can we optimize this? Okay, lag gayi. Optimize further. Dude, I have done all the code is still optimization. Okay, let me optimize. Let me optimize. Optimize. We have n square optimization. Seriously, from n square I have to look for each one of guy in order to check this winning condition. Okay, I have to optimize further. N square, how much optimization are you looking for?
can we do this in O of 1 or O of n, O of n, O of 1, something?
O of 1, O of 1, O of 1, seriously? O of 1, then only someone can save his hash map. Okay, let me think. If I have a hash map, okay, and in hash map somehow if I create something like at 0th row, which is 0, I have some values over here, something I don't know, because winning conditions are this only. If I pre-compute my winning conditions, then it can help. And similarly for column, I create it for 0th column, what is the final value, and at similarly for diagonal 1, I will create diagonal 0 and diagonal 1, which is reverse diagonal or forward diagonal, and I have values. In hash map, what we can do? Okay, maybe I'm not 100% true what can be done over here, but what I'm thinking at a high level, if I can pre-compute the values basically and put into a hash map, where, because hash map is the only thing where I can do a lookup and get a O of 1 kind of thing. So in that direction I am thinking, to get this done, where let me think. On if this row can only win if everyone over here is same. If it is x kind of thing, then only basically you can win over here. So like all 6x, only then you can win. Or similarly in vertical direction, if you have anywhere 0 0 0 0 0 kind of thing 6 time, only then you can win. Okay, what I'm thinking, what if I maintain, the count over here? What I meant by, so for 0th row, whoever plays, like if it plays x or 0, I maintain a count. Like if these are two people have 2 items of x are here, and if what will happen in case of other people played, maybe I will delete this. Okay, I get a logic where what I'm thinking, at every row, if single player is playing, then I will keep on increasing the value, and if other player basically plays, I will delete this key altogether. So what I need to check in the winning condition, probably I will, whichever activity you are performing at any row and column, I will check the value of row and column, and I will check the count. If this count is equivalent to the grids basically that we have, then we are a kinda winner. Yes. I get it. Yep. I think this logic will work. Do you want me to code for this? Okay, at a high level, I like your idea, but again, you don't have to implement this. It's okay. I got what you are trying to do. Okay, so this is good. Now we are going to enhance this feature of the Tic Tac Toe. So I hope you have played Minesweeper game in childhood. So Minesweeper game, basically what it does, like you click on a box over here, you don't know what is behind it. So there can be 3 possibilities behind it. There can be some star, which is a blocker. Like you play, if there is a block or a star inside this, your chance is wasted. The second condition, if you get plus under the hood, it means your chance will be played and you will get an extra chance in order to play. Like you keep on getting plus plus plus, it means you are getting chance, more chance, and the other player is not going to get the chance. Now the third condition is maybe something like dash, where if you get a dash, it means the normal chance that you are playing, you will play. Like you are X player, you will just play X, your turn is over. If you are O player, you will play and your turn is over. That is how you have to do. Can you bring like this Minesweeper inside this Tic Tac Toe game? Let's do it. Now he was feeling very smart. He was able to do everything. Let me see how he solves this Minesweeper game. Inside the Tic Tac Toe, he will also remember what kind of interview he got. Let him solve. Oh, you want me to build a Minesweeper in this? Can you help me with a condition? Like, okay, so Minesweeper. So we are going to add a Minesweeper logic in this. What? Okay, I get your point. So basically, you're saying if you have a star, okay, so basically you're saying if you have a star, then your chance is wasted. Okay, and you are saying if you have plus got added, then basically you are saying you get extra chance. And basically you are saying else either it is X cross O under the hood, then it's a normal turn, normal turn. So this is what we want. Is that the case? So okay, I get what you meant by. So basically what you are saying, all these shells are by default hidden. We don't know what is the value inside this. Now the value inside this are randomly calculated, which is either it will be star or plus or X or O, and depending on what is the value under hood, either your chance won't be counted, which is your chance is lost, or if you get a plus as a dynamic value, then you will play your turn, which is X, and you will get an extra turn. Oh, awesome. You will get an extra turn. And in case what we are saying, if we have something called X or O that we got, then in that case, it's a normal turn. Like you don't get, your chance is not wasted. You won't get extra turn and you will play this. Oh shit, lag gayi. Minesweeper inside the Tic Tac Toe. Seriously. Okay. Okay. Sure. Let me give a try. Just a minute, let me think. Seems to be intelligent person. Let's see if he is able to solve this problem. Let's see if he brings the Minesweeper into Tic Tac Toe. Okay, so what we are saying, so we have this game, so we have something like this, and the value inside this is dynamically calculated out of this. So we don't know what is there inside. Automatically behind the scene, something will be calculated. Okay, 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 okay. I get it. Oh, I get it. I get it. So basically, when we click on this, there should be a method which will randomize these values, and we will get to know one out of this. Based on this one out of this, something will be played over here. Something will be played over here. Okay, I get it. Sure. Let me give a try. Let me give a small try in Minesweeper. So basically, we are saying. Minesweeper value, get Minesweeper value. So we will get random value basically over here. So what options we have? The options that we have is either I star, or we have plus, or we have normal value. So maybe I will say normal value as an dash. If we get dash, then we will perform the normal activity, else we will perform some other activity. Okay, so we need to randomize. So I will get a random value. So how do we get a random value? Math dot random. So it will give me values. It will give me values from 0 to 1. I will multiply it by 10. And then probably we need to get from 0 to 2, like 0, 1, 2 out of this. Okay, maybe we'll do one thing. We'll do a math dot floor. We'll get the value out of this and we'll randomize it. So when I say randomize, we get it mod 3. Okay, so what this will do, so say suppose 0 point, so if we get 0.83 something, it will make it 8.3 something by multiplying by 10, and then it will make it 8 because we are doing math dot floor, and then it will do a mod of 3. So mod of 3 will become 2. Okay, so this will give 2. 2 means value will be 0, 1, 2. Okay, we will get this dash. Okay, I get it. Okay, so what we need to do, this random value, we need to return options with this random value. So random value is this. Okay, we will get a Minesweeper value. Okay, so let me, wherever we are doing this logic of toggling, changing. Okay, so this is the logic. So this is the logic we are having. So we'll get the let next value is equal to Minesweeper. We will use Minesweeper in order to get this value. Let's see what we can do. I will write console.log and we'll write this next Minesweeper value, and let's see what we get. So we will comment everything over here. We'll see what we can get. It's okay. So okay, forget about this. We will just get next value. We'll see. So if I click on this, we got plus. Plus means play this value and you get an extra value. So okay, so I will write some conditions, guys. Maybe this condition may not be good, sir, but let me write some condition. So basically what we are saying, if my next value is equal to star, it means star will be printed. This is not going to print. This is not going to print. This is not going to print. So basically I will say print value. What value is going to print? Let's see. So initially my value which is going to print is always next player, but this next player will change. This print value, whatever value is going to be printed, in this case the value which is going to be printed is a star. Like your value is blocked, nothing is going to happen. There was a blocker. Okay, perfectly fine. Now what is the other condition that we have? Else if it is my value is normal, dash. So behave like a normal value. You don't have to do anything. So which is the normal one. Okay, I will take it plus condition first. So in plus condition, what will happen? My change player activity won't happen. So I will write, in this case, change player will happen. In case of else, change player will happen. But in this case, which is next, which is plus, everything will go around the same, but this change player is not going to happen. Okay, so I will make a small change. So basically what we are saying, our change player is going to be called on our condition.
which is player is not going to change. You will get extra thing. If it is not equal to plus, then only change the player. Else you get an extra chance. So basically what we are saying, this is get extra chance if value is equal to plus. So if you are getting a plus value, then you are getting an extra chance. So that is what we are saying. Okay. So along with that, we'll print this next value. I think, let's see if how this works. So if I play once, so it is a star, my chance is wasted. I will play O. So we got hyphen, it's a O, which is completely okay. Let's play again. We got plus. It means right now we are at X. My value should still continue towards the X only. So we got X only, perfectly fine. So this time we got an extra chance. We got X only, perfectly fine. So next time what we got a blocker. We got X. Then we got an extra stuff. We got X again. We got O. The player changed. We got X. O could not play because there is a blocker. X got played. In the terms of O, let's see what will happen. O was a blocker. O could not play basically because he got a blocker. Okay. So finally, I think I am able to do the thing over here. Good. I like the approach what you have done. Maybe there are a few things which can be enhanced, but as of now, this is good. I really like the last Minesweeper part. Can you help me with the feedback that will really help basically? Yeah, sure. I will be happy to give the feedback, your feedback. Let me quickly go through and let me tell you what are the things which I liked basically in this particular application. So what you have built. Okay, so the way you started with hard coding. Basically, that was a trigger point. Like whenever, why you were hard coding for the first time, but eventually, I like after giving the hint, you were able to think about creating in a dynamic board. So this is something which I like it. Then you added an event listener. You didn't thought about the complexity. Complexity could be thought about in terms of performance, right? So when you added event listener, you understood the concept of bubbling and you leverage it over here. That was something which is good. Then I like the way you thought about creating things in a memory. Finally, after the giving the hint, you are able to pick the hint. So that is something which I like, because reading from the DOM every time was a complex operation and you realized it. I like the way you have created different functions outside. This is something which is kinda good. Then few things which can be improved over here. The kind of logic which is written is too screwed up logic, like too of complexity. Can we pull into the some other function and make it more readable? So because the readability, because it's a very difficult. So as the application grows, this complexity the code readability is going to go for a toss, and there are chances of the error. Then the winning condition, you told it. I like the approach how you came into. But again, you could think about merging these things into a single loop, which you said, which I like it. The complexity reduction of O of 0. I know that's a tricky problem, but again, something that you could have thought in the first place before jumping into the traditional solution, that those are available, right? So I know that this is a very popular solution. You may be knowing some of the part of it, but again, just double think when you are solving this problem. Then the way you actually think about this Minesweeper value, I like it, because this can be extended to the future more thing. And the way you have called these things are good. But again, your winning condition is at a wrong place. Don't you think? You have to calculate the winner as soon as someone is actually playing the game. Like whenever this event listener happens, at that time you have to calculate the winner, right? So those are few things basically you can take care of. Rest, everything's at a high level. I like it. And basically few things that can be added is like you can show some alerts, some messaging, some print, who is the winner and whatnot. So overall, it looks good to me. With that, guys, we are almost done with our machine coding round. So we did lot of interesting thing over here. I tried to grill Chirag in n number of places. Lot of places he was able to do it. There is still many gaps basically which are pending. What do you think about? Shall we hire Chirag or shall we reject Chirag? That's a question mark. Please put in the comment and let me know. Chirag at 2 years of experience should be hired or should be rejected. And what are the things that you are going to improve if you are going to face this problem in the interview? Let's make this video viral. Please put your comment, please like it, please share it, and let more and more such interview come on the channel. Please support this. We'll see you again in next videos.